Welcome to another episode of Counter-Surveil, where we talk shop about security, privacy, and everything in between. Tonight, we are talking with our guest, who is a radio DJ while undertaking a computer science degree. Join us as we dive into the life of public broadcasting and college life. Is it for you, and is it worth it? Let's find out. This is Counter-Surveil.
Hello, and welcome back to the counterculture podcast.
The watermarks. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't contain it. Holy.
That was an experience.
You're broke. Donate to our GoFundMe's or something.
I see we're broke college students today, which is very fitting.
Yep.
But
It's okay. We got video here.
Arise, warrior of old, from your slumber deep.
Oh my God.
We've already gone off the rails.
Yep. No. I love
go ahead,
y'all.
play yours too. Go ahead.
Well, I already feel right at home.
There we go.
When everything's off the rails.
I love the superposition here, where he's got the trench coat and then no trench coat.
He only has a trench coat while he's doing cool shit. It's like his coat runs away from him when he's doing cringe.
Mighty Morphin trench coat.
Mighty Morphin trench
Speaking
coat.
of-
I wish my coat could do that.
Speaking of which, I've got mine right here. I keep getting told that it's a My Chemical Romance trenchy, but you know what? I'm living for that. They're a good band.
Looks vaguely like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Black Parade-esque. Yeah, that's about right. Sledge.
So, Sledge, intros.
yes. So, pardon the side tangent there. I'm Sledge as always, and with us we have Havoc and Altkey and Crowdstrong. And tonight's guest, we have Harley Quinn, who is tonight's guest, who is FM radio broadcaster out of, I forget which school, remind me?
Chattanooga State Community College.
There we go. And we have some follow-up questions regarding that. So let's start out with about you. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a Rogue College student, number one. I'm currently in college studying for a computer science major that I intend to transfer over to university. I'm hoping to either get into University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, UTK, Knoxville, Tennessee Tech, Kennesaw State, or possibly either Middle Tennessee or East Tennessee State University. I've been interested in computers basically my entire life, and only really got into cybersecurity related self-learning up until this point. I would say a few years now. Wish I had more time to get back into Try Hack Me and Hack the Box, but homework's a pain.
We will definitely dive back into that on our second part of the conversation later. But carry on.
Yeah, so I do go by Harley Quinn on WAWL, Chattanooga State's The Wall. Funnily named Honk Sec Radio, mostly because of the geese that honk around Chattanooga State over by the honk pond. So, as I affectionately call it. Yeah, we have a little roundabout, and there's like a pond right in the middle of campus, and that's where all the geese go.
Is that the one right up on next to the where you can see the 7 states up in Chattanooga?
It's within its vicinity, but
I know that there's a college up there I've been to.
Yeah.
Where you can see the entire city, but it's like somewhere around Rock City and all of that.
Yeah, that would be Covenant College. It's like a private Presbyterian school. And to answer the question, they are Canadian geese.
Canada gooses. Good old Canada gooses.
Hey.
But yeah,
I hate them geeses to pieces.
I do broadcast.
Got a problem
I do.
with that? Got a problem
I
with
do
me?
broadcast on the wall. It's an online only radio station that we used to be on the 91.5 frequency on the FM dial, but that transmitter and frequency was
dang.
sold over to a Christian radio station. So we're completely online.
So you're no longer FM. Man, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Oh well, but that's still awesome.
hmm
Yeah, for those
Do you
who
guys
don't
still
know,
have the
Sledge is a
gear?
bit of a radio junkie.
He definitely
Yeah,
is a radio junkie.
I love.
As
I
of,
on.
Dude loves his ham.
as of
Mhm.
10 minutes ago, I'm representing the Georgia Mesh community at KSU for B-Sides Atlanta.
Very cool.
You could
Is-
say Sledge can
Nice.
really ham it up these days.
That joke was a bit ham-fisted.
You could call it spammy at this point.
So
So, what led
So,
you into becoming
like?
go ahead.
what led you up to how did you end up in a position of hosting a radio station, especially at a college?
Well, while I was touring the college, I just randomly happened to pop into the building that hosts the radio station, and it's not just a radio station. They host a kind of a television studio where they do like student-led broadcasts. Well, they're more like podcasts, if anything. They do news, which I've actually anchored for a couple of times, and a discussion between students about various topics, whether that be video games, student experience, and all sorts of other topics. And they also have a media club there, which I'm a member of. So it's been a lot of fun learning about television and radio equipment and understanding how it all works. I've actually helped run a teleprompter for one of the Student Voice podcasts on the Chattanooga State Media Club YouTube channel. So it's been really exciting.
Can you post a link to your online station so we can broadcast it?
Of course.
And then a side question. Did your school own the tower, or were you like using a different tower? Like, do you have the equipment still sitting around, or?
Honestly, that's a really good question. That's a question that I honestly don't know. I will definitely ask the professor in charge of the media club about it.
Imagine Steve getting his hands on radio station equipment.
Oh, that'd be a good thing.
I know.
No.
I know
I'm
it's
dead serious. If they have a tower, I will buy it.
I know it's possible. We have there's a place down here that during Christmas they have a large some super rich folks' house. Basically, their entire estate has it's a massive drive through, and they've got Christmas lights and everything all around. But they set on an AM radio station. I can't remember which one off the top of my head because it's been a year since I've been there. An AM radio station. They set Christmas music to it to dance along with the lights. So I mean, it's possible for sure. Wow,
Yeah. So
That's borderline pirate radio at that point.
and that's pretty based, honestly. Not gonna lie to you.
Arg.
Arr. I still have that little masculine voice, even though I'm trying to get rid of that.
How did the students feel when they sold the tower to a Christian radio station?
A lot of this was like before my time. Like I was about 17 when they sold the radio tower. A lot of students were upset about the station no longer being FM, and
It sounds like they bought the frequency and not the tower itself. Is that correct?
They might have bought the tower. I do have. I do think there's an article about that somewhere on the internet.
Oh, okay.
I've-
So, one of those Google It live moments.
Google it
Yeah,
live.
I'm
F it,
actually
we'll do it
Googling
live.
it. I'm Googling it right now.
That'd just be really awesome if they had their own tower at the school. That would be something
That would
unique.
be really cool. But
Just start
alas,
rebroadcasting on it.
alas, with our area being like a valley and having mountains all over the place, we don't normally have towers at the station, at the college or the radio station even. So we just have a lot of the local television and radio stations actually have radio towers up on Signal Mountain, and it's kind of how it got its name too, because that's where a lot of the radio and television signals originate from, would be towers right off of that mountain.
Yeah, typically, yeah. In Grand Junction, it's kind of the same way. Next to the Book Cliffs, it's just a big valley with cliffs all around it. So we put all the towers up on top of the cliffs.
Yeah.
And then at my house, I have trees because Georgia. So now I'm saying fuck the HOA. I'm trying to go as high as I can until I get a warning.
Always fuck the HOA.
Yep. So we need to talk about how the HOA is jealous of Sledge's massive erection.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yes. It's on my calendar. Erection Day was about a month and 4 days ago.
He still hasn't seen a doctor about that either. It's very weird.
So it was in the bylaws that you could have an antenna that large there, Sledge?
It's in the bylaws that I can go 20 feet above the rooftop. As long as there's a TV antenna on it. It has to be TV specifically. But they're not going to know the damn difference.
Well, if you stick a TV tuner up there, they can't tell you there's nothing else that you can stick on it.
That's right.
I just go stick a piece of. I'd go stick one that doesn't actually work, and stick
My
whatever else I
parabolic-
want to do.
I've
Sounds like
got
you
a
need duct tape.
parabolic dish on there that looks like an old school TV antenna. They're
There
not
you
going to know the goddamn difference.
There you go, easy enough. That's what I would have done.
Look how supportive my partner is. She's blowing up the comments in the comment
noticed.
section here.
Oh,
She's the best.
Speaking of, how is she? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Well, she's doing well, man. She's doing well.
Hey, Autumn.
Hope you're well.
You're gonna
Hi,
scare her
partner.
off.
I'm here to scare you off. Ooga booga.
the question is, which of us could scare you off first?
Bucky's.
Yeah, this was actually from my most recent volunteer trip to Atlanta a couple of weeks ago.
There's a Bucky's in Atlanta now.
There's a Buc-ee's in between Chattanooga and Atlanta.
Okay, all right.
It's where
Yep,
all the
and
bands
people
stop.
around there can't pronounce
What
it, so
is
it comes out
Buc-ee's?
like
Buc-ee's. You don't know what Buc-ee's is? Hammer?
No.
Oh my god, think about Texas size gas station and
world's biggest gas
beaver
station.
nuggets and brisket and ridiculous.
That's the biggest selection of beef jerky or any random meat jerky you're ever going to find.
If you want random meat, that's where you go for it.
Yep, and also people from that area have a hard time with the K in Buc-ee's and the Buc-ee's sound, so it comes out like
bussies.
bussies.
Buc-ee's.
So you get to make fun of everyone from the Dalton area.
Yeah, bussies.
Y'all know who you are.
I think I might have some pictures from the inside of the Buc-ee's, not too terribly far from here. Frank, I'll show you one day, or hell, I'll just take a, go.
You
for
take
it.
a picture of your picture.
Giggity.
It's kind of ridiculous.
There's an obligatory giggity with the beaver nugget comment.
We do love some beaver nuggets, man. That shit is cocaine. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Especially the cinnamon ones. Oh god, help me.
You guys
Yeah,
see the story in the news about the DFIR firm where the 3 of the guys who worked there were actually deploying ransomware on clients.
Oh my god, that dude! You're talking about the guy, the Sans guy.
Yeah, they
Rest
took
in
him out.
peace, dude.
They removed that guy from Sans catalog.
High key sucks to suck on that one. Like,
Yeah.
well earned. It just
I've
goes to show you're gonna get caught, man. Doesn't
I've
matter.
disagreed with Sans in the past, but not this time.
This is a good decision to remove him.
Yeah,
Pull him right out of there.
Yep. Right move. Absolutely right move.
All right, so Harley, tell us about what you play on your station, what kind of music, what kind of things you talk about. I noticed you were doing some news articles the other day, and the phones were broken because I was trying to call in and make some comments.
I actually just talked with the media professor about that. I'm gonna send an email to the people in charge of the radio station. So what I do is I usually play some synthwave, some cyberpunk music. I do play some music from soundtracks such as Hackers and The Matrix. And I just take some music that I find off of the DEF CON playlists on Spotify, and I just put that on a flash drive and just put it on the school's radio computers.
Is it
So you
actually
take a thumb drive from DEF CON, and then you plug it into the school network?
That's the question. Is it actually air gap? You have to use a USB drive?
Yeah, that's what they want us to do, and what we actually have to do is convert it over to WAV format, and then
WAV format?
Yeah.
If that's the case, let me send you a playlist.
We do also do like news articles. I just take some articles off of like Bleeping Computer and other tech related websites that are reputable, especially ones that are about security. I went in on a huge tangent about AWS going down, especially because we rely on AWS for eLearn, Pearson, other stuff related to student learning. Unfortunately, I wish it was all self-hosted or we were on a much better data center. But I mean, come on.
You had a budget.
Yeah. Honestly,
That's
come
the,
on,
the A.
dude. Like, don't just have all your shit on AWS's East Region data center. I mean, come on.
Even your data center that you're going to use is using that data center.
Right.
That's the A in
Like-
the CIA triangle right there.
Like, yo, dog, I heard you like data centers, so I put all your data centers in one freaking data center. This won't end badly. No.
I missed this part, but were we talking about Amazon? Because
Damn it, Amazon.
And
Amazon?
then Azure had an incident the day after. It was like, well,
Yeah.
cloud providers just having a week.
Sending
Before
a
we
meme
go-
in the group chat.
It was
I'm about to spin a meme as well, but before we go off on too much of a side tangent, Autumn brought up a good point. She said play some Death Clock, and I was going to say, hey, I've been trying to convince Harley to play a little bit of metal too.
Fuck.
I actually should do that next. Funny enough, my next show is tomorrow night, so I might actually go ahead and do just that, just for you, Sledge.
Just like half hour of a little bit of hardcore, a little bit of metal, a little bit of something.
A little bit of
Just see what
rage.
kind of reactions you get.
The college kids need it. They need to get the anger out
No.
on something that's not their professors.
I'm going to put $100 on the table and say you're going to get so many reactions saying, "Whoa, that was awesome! I can't believe you even knew who that band was, even though you don't. You're just playing it."
Where's the sleep token when you need them?
Yeah,
Oh,
Sleep
man.
Token, Ghost Inside.
Dude, I've been so
Go
hard
down
on
the
the
list.
list recently, man. God, I wish I couldn't get a ticket, but God, I'd kill for that. I would have killed to see them live.
With
Hey,
all the
their
college,
their singer was way better in I Wrestled a Bear once. Totally didn't smoke weed with him in the band or in their band one time.
With all the college kids who are way into Sleep Token, that might actually attract them to listening to the show. But I don't really want everybody listening in. Who knows? I
You'll
could accidentally
wave the
influence a
death
script
clock.
kitty.
All right, I'm gonna throw a meme up that we got to put on the page, unless somebody else got to it before I did.
I'll be right back. Throw the meme up.
I've got 2 of them incoming.
Incoming memes.
All right. Here's one.
Look out.
I don't know. Is there a way to post it over? All right, Frank, let's go with this.
How many hackers does it take to actually use this system?
Well, shit. You can't just copy paste.
Depends on how many. Depends on how many hackers are experienced and how many of them happen to be script kiddies. I want to put my bet on most of them being skitties.
Well, dude, well,
Yeah, you use an overlay there, Sledge. You
I hate
upload
to
it to
tell
the
you
overlay
this,
area.
but we're skinning it up on here.
Well, I assume you can copy paste an image into the chat, but you can't do that in StreamYard, apparently.
Yeah, no,
So, never mind.
However, I do hope everyone enjoyed the pictures. That one of the pictures I should posted, anyways.
I done goofed.
I totally want to see.
There, I put it in one of our private chats. Somebody else can do it.
Hey, I'll be right back. I got to fix my window here.
Yep.
One
Quick,
thing
he's
I'll-
gone. Let's talk shit.
One thing I will say though about Windows, if you don't want to blow a fart inside of an Apple store, they don't have Windows.
Oh,
That's right.
I caught the end of that, and I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
Oh, we actually have to have viewers, so can you not?
Actually, the viewer count increased by 2 after the Apple joke.
Ah, shit, never mind.
I don't know. We might actually increase viewers. The more dad jokes we exchange.
Dad jokes do bring in the viewers.
If anybody has a way of sharing those, because my screen is so big, I can't even do it properly.
You know,
Sharing them, huh?
you're not the first guy I've ever heard of that's like, my something's too big for this.
I mean, if you're being honest, you don't want to kill somebody. But anyways,
We were going a little low on the raunchy jokes. We had to return to the raunchy jokes for a second.
let's
I will say though, and this is related to the article, not the article, the post I posted on infosec.exchange about your first week college experience. I posted kind of like a follow-up to that after I had a friend of mine who adopted me basically as her college elder sister. She had some guy come up and talk to her, trying to talk to them. Sorry, pronouns. Come up to talk to them and asking them questions about, transgender stuff because they identified masculine but non-binary. And the one thing that dude asked was...
Sorry for laughing, but that was good timing.
The one thing that dude asked was, so do you have a dick? And they flagged me down. I got them out of the situation. And the dude kind of reminded me of this meme that became a running joke between, our friend group. We just call him the pecker guy because of a particular video that I shared that reminded me just of that.
Have you ever seen Mean Girls? Like, oh my god, you can't just ask somebody why they're blank. Oh my god, you can't just ask somebody if they have a penis, Karen.
Exactly.
I definitely walked in at a wild ass
That's
time.
the meme. That's,
You did.
Definitely walked back in at a wild ass time. Wasn't
That you
expecting
did. And you
Bring-
missed
bring-
the AWS goatsy.
Havoc, bring it back up. That was the meme. Well, that one too.
Yep.
Which was worse?
And the unfortunate thing is my college uses both CloudStrike and AWS.
Oh boy.
So you didn't have homework for a few days.
You know,
Nope.
CrowdStrike was pretty bad. It bricked my work laptop. Luckily, I was able to go in and like fix it myself, but like the majority of people were not, and a lot
Disclaimer,
of
I
people work from home.
I had nothing to do with that.
Skill
Uh,
issue.
Mhm.
I'm gonna rewind us a few minutes because I swear to God, I had some of the Midnight vinyls, and I don't. But I do have Redline from Laserhawk and Neon Cowboy from Starletta. And if you've not heard either of these bands, go listen to them. They're phenomenal. If you like the Midnight.
We're not even going to have a vinyl off contest. I
know,
can't
you
even keep
definitely
count
beat
anymore.
mine. You definitely beat mine.
You
but
totally should. You totally should. I might
he's got
actually
a lot
put.
more than I do. I only have, maybe 50 or 60?
Last I counted, I'm at like 280 something.
He's definitely got quite a few more than I do. His setup is significantly more impressive than mine as well. But, that's okay.
Oh, that comes with the territory. Doing live audio and shit on the East Coast.
I did not ever do that. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
Starletta
So,
and,
Harley, why don't you
Laser-
tell us about this post you made on InfoSec Exchange here?
Yes. So it was kind of inspired by an assignment that I did for my college success class. And I also used it kind of as a final essay for that particular class. A lot of that is from personal experience, and a lot of that, just learning from other people about their college experiences, and also learning to ask for help when I need it. And the first week of college, I did not necessarily ask for help until I would say maybe the second or third week. But this is a bit of a college survival guide. Of course, take your time unless you have homework to do. Do not procrastinate your homework, by the way. It'll pile up real quick. And not
I
every
have a
professor.
counter argument to that, but we'll get there in a minute.
Yeah, same.
I absolutely procrastinated. I had people mad at me for
I
just
have.
waiting to the last 2 hours.
Honestly, I've
So-
done the same.
Let's just jump into it then. So I was thinking, let's go around the room. Let's start with Harley first. What's
Mhm.
your college experience been like? What you've learned, what you expect to gain out of it, the connections you've made, and positives, negatives. Just kind of elaborate on your experience thus far. And then let's go around the room, and we all have different opinions on this matter, and we're pretty adamant about it.
Okay. Well, for the most part, my college experience has been pretty decent. I've had my really good days. I've had my not so good days. I will say, though, you don't want to be too much of a troll in college because it might bite you in the butt later on. But I've gotten to get to know my professors. A lot of them have been really, really
Good.
chill. And that's the most important thing you got to do when you are taking classes. Get to know your professors. Ask for your professors for help when you need it. Don't wait till the last minute. Although, honestly, I can't really speak for myself. I've waited till the last minute before, and it does add a little bit more stress. But to be fair, classes, homework, and work itself, it can be a juggle. I will also say manage your time well. You don't want to spend all that time dilly-dallying, having crazy college adventures or doing all sorts of other stuff that you could take the time to do homework as doing. Um, Now, I will say there you can have a little bit of a balance between your homework, your work. Try to add a little bit of socialization, social life into your college experience because you're going to need the connections with your peers. Um, and that's kind of what I've been forming during my time on campus. Um, you're going to want a support system. Uh, I have had
Absolutely.
I've had to have a counselor on campus. We've got, and I really advise you to, if you need somebody to talk to, if you don't have therapy, I highly, highly recommend talking to the school counselor um, until if you have a regular licensed therapist or until you can actually afford the insurance or afford a therapist in general. It can be really helpful having a therapist or a counselor on campus.
And it's not the guy from South Park Elementary.
No.
It might be the guy from
Go-
South Park Elementary.
go
But you're
to
going to pay
bed.
extra for voice acting.
Another thing I will say is I have had to go visit a lot of times I would go visit math tutoring and writing tutoring, especially math tutoring because I'm not great with math, and tutors can be a really, really good resource in your college experience. And sometimes, you might have a favorite professor that you want to visit and seek tutorage from. I've actually kind of adopted a favorite professor from my previous math class. So he would allow me to go into hang out in his office, do my homework in his office, ask any questions that I might have, and that is a really, really good resource to have. So if you build that rapport with a professor, once you're no longer in their class, um, that
Yeah.
can be having that report can be really, really helpful.
Yep. I'm still friends with my professors, and it's been 15 so years now.
Hmm. Absolutely.
Yep,
And
I'm the
nothing
same
wrong
way.
with building that friendship with the professor. If
But
it gets too far,
yeah,
push back. But overall, the experience I had with the professor has been pretty decent. Uh, Another thing I will say is take advantage of job fairs um, because you
yep.
never know. You might actually find an internship you are interested in. Um, Currently, I'm working retail, but I do hope to move on from that into an IT internship at some point. Granted, I'm enjoying my retail job at the moment, um, but with Black Friday coming up, and the holidays, it's gonna add a lot of stress.
And speaking of job fairs, those are good because you never know. That random business card you randomly picked up at some random vendor
Hmm.
table might pay off later in the future.
Yeah.
Randomly.
What is unfortunate is that we had an IT career fair in the engineering and technology wing of the campus, and unfortunately, we had I think there were like 5 organizations that were there, which was kind of sad, um, given the fact that we have so many tech organizations, startups in the local area, and I think we need to. I think more and more of these companies need to come out to the IT career fair because it will allow for more options. Um, I would I would like to work for EPP or TBA for an internship, but I would also like to explore my options as well.
They could have been on the college, though. The college could have done a poor job reaching out to local companies in order to get them there.
Probably.
You never know.
And another thing I will say about the paragraph below is learn from your past and future. You're going to meet a lot of college students that are a generation after you. But honestly, I think that the youth and the elders are great people to learn from, because you want to have a really good college experience, and having peers to get different perspectives from will also be really helpful. Understanding, other people's points of view, the pop culture of the past and future, or present, whatever. And, you also want to make sure that if you have college students looking up to you, be a good, I don't want to necessarily be the best influence, because you could be, just an influence. Don't lead them astray, doing crazy shit that you wouldn't need to do. Although I won't lie, I do have one fellow student that is a huge fan of trolling in a little way, hacking and trolling. So I just share what I can and hope they don't misuse the information that I provide, which I trust they won't. And of course, you got to learn from your elders. Your elders could be your mentors in your college experience. They have a lot of life experience. Well, you could also mentor the younger generations about life experience as well. Like they're just fresh out of high school or still younger than you. They don't have a lot of life experience. If they're interested in learning from their elders, I would say, spreading some wisdom as the elder. And
Excellent.
of course,
mentoring is actually a very good thing, because it helps you learn more when you're trying to teach somebody else something too.
exactly. Another thing I will say, watch out for creepers. As I've said before, we had some creeper asking my friend if they had a dick.
You
And
can't just ask people if they have a penis.
Exactly.
It don't work like that.
I'm gonna need to check inside your asshole.
You
Like,
can't,
unless you're the TSA, you can't be asking that question.
exactly. You just can't ask people if they have a pecker. I mean, it's one thing to post a meme about that one little bird that says, "You want to see my pecker?" as kind of a meme, as like a running joke. But
Somebody has a raging clue.
But it's another thing when you're serious and trying to, be creepy, some creepy guy, who is just an overall sex pervert. And especially, these people do prey on women. They prey on, a lot of people prey, some people prey on the LGBTQ, neurodivergent folks, or other minorities. Yeah, not everyone's a safe person, and you've got to have a safe person to turn to. Be it a professor, be it a faculty member, be it, a staff member at your college, or another student. You've got to find your safe people, because if you don't, you won't know what to really do. And
I've told this story before, but I personally kicked somebody out that was stalking a girl at DEF CON one year. And
Oh,
I got him
shit.
kicked out of NGM Grand and all their properties. She comes up to me, bawling her eyes out with her new boyfriend, and this guy's just following her around town. Got a
Oh
hotel
my
next to theirs.
gosh.
Like, it was getting weird. So we kicked him out.
Jeez. But yeah, not everyone's a safe person. You gotta also, if you're thinking of dating in college, check the vibes and make sure they're chill. Listen to your vibes. Do not ignore red flags when you're dating in college, because that can also ruin your experience if you date somebody who is full of red flags. And
Unless they're really hot, right?
Okay,
The hot
no,
crazy matrix, man.
Sledge, Sledge. We all heard about your ex. You can't be bad down boy. That's for after college. Don't ruin your life in college.
No. She wasn't hot.
Oh, she's just crazy, dude.
Don't
Self-love, Sledge.
I will say, Sledge, do not
Jesus,
stick your
dude.
dick in crazy, man. The fuck is wrong with you?
I used to end like every ISSA meeting with, and remember, kids, don't stick your dick in crazy. And someone would inevitably say, "Oh, I don't have a dick." It's like, you can buy one on Amazon. Don't stick it in crazy.
Or Spencer's.
You're missing the second part. Don't let crazy stick in you.
Thank you. Just don't do it.
Jesus.
And if you're gonna stick your dick in crazy, make sure it's not some. Well, definitely buy something cheap from Spencer's.
Don't peg crazy. I mean, okay, so the peg a fed stickers don't count under don't peg crazy, because you can't be crazy, be a fed these days. Have you seen this administration? But yeah, no, really, don't peg crazy. Like, just don't.
If you're gonna stick your dick in crazy, don't buy something expensive. Just get some cheapo from Spencer's or something.
AliExpress. There's a Timu dildo.
Oh God. Okay, look, ladies, if anyone breaks out the Timu toys, you walk your Dollar Tree ass out of there. All right, you at least have some kind of standard in your life, and that standard is no lead paint.
I could just see that thing breaking off inside somebody. Oh.
You're just stuck inside.
I'm also gonna say again, never be afraid to ask for help. And this actually is related to a story I had. Back when I was taking public transportation to and from Chat State before I got my car fixed. The second time, the first time I just got it fixed. The second time, after a failed trip to Cleveland. If you're having a really bad mental health day, your professor is going to be forgiving, I would hope.
And if they're not, get a different class. Seriously,
exactly.
You don't have to take that prof again. There's other prof. There's other options.
Exactly.
You do not have to deal with that professor again if you really don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, it's college. It's not high school. You have your pick.
Exactly.
RateMyProfessor.com. Use it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't be afraid to waive them ADA papers when you got to. All right?
Exactly.
They're there for a reason. Fecking use them. This isn't high school. They actually care about your disability.
And I'm going to add to another thing that Altkey said. Go to your disability services office. Me personally,
Extra time on tests.
I actually know the person who is in charge of the disability services because we serve in a committee together for hosting an autism-related symposium, and she's great. I've heard a lot of great stories about her. I've heard a lot of great stories about our disability services. If you need accommodations, ask for them. Like I said, never be afraid to ask for help when you need them. Fortunately, my professor who does an introduction to programming and logic class, really chill dude. He also teaches music, so
And shout out to Autumn's comment about reading the comments of Rate My Professor. Yeah, okay, there's always
Yes.
going to be this one petty ass that's going to go on there and diss the best professor in their college because he didn't do a single assignment and now he's mad he made an F because back in high school they would have just passed me. Yeah, okay, you have to read the comments. It's like on Amazon where people get mad because the powdered soup comes in a packet, not a bowl. Like there's tards everywhere, right? There ain't nothing you
Oh
can
my
do
God.
for them. Read the comments, use your common sense. But if you're seeing a pattern of this professor refused my ADA, or this professor refused to work with me when I was going through a legitimate crisis, and there's 2 or 3 of those, watch the patterns. Like you'll see patterns, and then you'll see dumbasses. Look for the patterns, ignore the dumbasses. Good advice for everything in life.
Absolutely. Yeah, my professor was very forgiving, super chill, and said, "Take." But I was running late to that very class. I was having a panic attack because I was running late to that class. I did not want to be late. So once it got to that point where I was late and after having a panic attack, I skipped that class after emailing my professor and went straight to counseling. And it was super helpful, and I got to, express my feelings. My counselor gave me some really good advice, and it was a really good experience. I do need to go by and see him again sometime soon. It's been a minute, but I need to make sure I keep that report up. And again, ask your professors or tutors for help if you don't understand something. If they're a really good professor, they will help you. Kind of like, the professors I've got. And, community college professors can be really good. And of course, experience absolutely everything. You don't just want to go to college and just spend all your time studying.
Oh yeah, like you're paying good money to be at that college, be it your
Mhm.
loans or whatever. So get your ass out there and do everything the college will possibly allow you to do. I mean, you never
Exactly.
know if you're going to like it until you try it. So stick your nose where it doesn't belong, all over the damn place. And until you get bit, just keep doing it. Like college advice 101, because if you
Push
don't
your luck.
network, your degree is useless. Push your luck.
Mhm.
Use the student card. Oh, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm a student. Or my personal favorite, I didn't mean to jump the conference gate. I'm just a student. Like abuse the student discount, abuse the student cards. You only really get one good shot at it, so make it count.
I got out of a traffic ticket with an excuse like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Be shameless. And yeah, the extra things absolutely do matter on your resume, especially when you're just starting your career. So your resume is empty. Like if you've got nothing except for, high school, like no, get your butt out there. Even if it's not an internship, volunteer and use the student excuse. Like always be using the
Yes.
student excuse. Always be studenting.
Absolutely. And
Some
that's
schools let you keep your student email after you graduate, and that's good for discounts for a while.
Yep. KSU will let you do that for up to 2 years. Also,
Yeah,
but
2
right
years.
before you graduate, always make sure that you get one more student ID made so that you can milk that as long as you can. It's been 7 years. I'm still using my KSU ID because I have a baby face.
I'm
Super
gonna have to.
Honestly, I still I carry mine around. Sometimes
I'm-
it gets you
Super
out of
hot
sticky
take.
situations.
You could do what I did and just copy it and print another one off. With
Yeah.
different,
Just make sure they don't change the format or you're going to look like an absolute idiot when you go back to that area and someone's like, wait a minute, I haven't seen this ID in 10 years.
That's why you,
really
you
fun.
use one from somewhere else, like another
OSINT
state.
is really fun in that a whole bunch of people get really excited and post shit online. Use that. You're welcome.
Yeah, definitely use that. Don't be like me and then go back to wherever to mentor or whatever. And yeah, you walk in and you try to use your student ID at a restaurant and they're like, yo, dog, the student ID is older than me. What the fuck?
So the thing about carrying a student ID is like, let's say you're on a physical pen test and you get caught in the wrong area somewhere you're not supposed to be. You can say,
pass
hey,
is always the answer.
No. You just say, hey, I'm here for an interview. Here's my student ID. I'm trying to be an intern and get to wherever you're supposed to be. It's just another out.
And it's also universally assumed that interns are stupid, which is completely inaccurate. There's a lot of companies that just use interns as cheap labor and get a lot done. But there's a lot of places that just assume interns are stupid. So play the intern card, play the student card, abuse the student card, keep a baby face.
One of the most high, how do I want to put this? One of the people that I've worked with that had the most potential that I have seen in my career, genuinely, was one of my interns. Wild. Super brilliant kid.
All our interns do is fill out spreadsheets for us, so we don't have to do it.
No, man, he ran absolute circles around all of the I call them colloquially kids in my group. Circles. It was wild. It took him 3 months. Some of them had been doing it for years. Crazy. Absolute fucking crazy, man. I miss working with him. I do.
I bet you he's a dropout.
No. He's doing great now. He's actually about to go to Carnegie Mellon. Fun fact.
Hey.
Oh, well, he probably shouldn't then. But we'll get around to that when we go around the circle.
Yep.
Sludge gets invited to talk at a school and then tells the students not to go to a college.
Yep.
That goes over well every time.
There's more context to that, but I'm going to go last. But I want to go around the table and talk about everybody's college experience. So I'm thinking Crowdstrong, you go next, unless Harley, do you have any final words, or we?
Well, I do want to go back to the last two paragraphs, and then we can go around the table. Definitely join clubs. Originally, my plan was just to join a tech club or start one. Turns out there was already a tech club, so I don't have to start up any tech clubs or cybersecurity clubs. And actually, I do need to do a try hacking session with that club soon, kind of to get people's feet in the water so that we can all grow from skidding up to being elite hackers, ethically, of course. Totally not illegal.
You're on this cast. Don't worry. We've already put the disclaimer in the front. You don't have to do that.
It's called counter-surveil. Come on.
Yeah. But I joined an LGBTQ straight alliance. I joined media club, art club, trying to see what fits me more, as well as join the local tech club. Honestly, it's, not doing great. We're trying to figure out how to really get better at promoting. But it is what it is. Also, enjoy the events that the college has. Like, for instance, karaoke. I sang American Idiot and just completely called out the Trump administration in a way, the same way that, Billy Joe Armstrong does in his more recent performances. And I will honestly say, making political statements in subtle ways are great. Don't do anything dumb that would get campus police called on you, though.
Hey, Sledge.
I don't know how much I could talk about that.
I don't know how much I could talk about mine. I'm hoping you could talk more about yours.
I can't talk about my experience.
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations are up, and you can always Google it anyways, so you can figure it out.
Yep.
Also, never be afraid to be yourself. You can be LGBTQ, like me, I'm openly transgender, asexual. I actually update asexual, but panromantic. Always there to be a safe person for anyone who is LGBTQ plus. If they need another person to talk to, or just an older college sister to talk to. Never let anyone shame you for being who you are. Don't even let anyone shame you for being, Black, Hispanic, Latino, or Asian, whatever, or disabled even. Don't let any of ableists ruin your college experience. So, yeah, that's basically my TED Talk.
When does Ted show up to the TED Talks? We've been waiting on him for a minute. Like, where the fuck is this man?
Oh, he's still in jail. Don't worry about him.
He is busy. He is busy. He is busy.
In jail, okay.
Recording season 4 of Ted Lasso, which if you haven't seen, you should watch because Ted Lasso is fucking excellent.
Got it.
No, Ted replaced the old Subway guy and he got caught again.
Oh, okay. That explains it, actually.
Good Lord.
But let's go around the table. So, like, CrowdStrong, what's your college experience like? Takeaways? Was it worth it? What'd you get out of it? What would you recommend people setting their expectations, going into it, coming out of it?
So immediately very, very, very different. Of course, I went to college a decade ago. So yeah, we didn't have AI. We didn't have all the cool tools and things back then. I remember you talk about procrastinating. I can rip all of this apart, and because it was so different for me, just like in my experiences was so different because of the things that I did and how I played around and got away with what I got away with. But like, so I waited. I was a procrastinator. I was real bad at it. Come to find out, it's ADHD. But I was able to sit for 2 hours before class and would bang out 10, 15-page papers and still make A's. I was fine.
That's not what I thought you were about to say. Okay.
Yeah, nor was it mine, but like, continue.
Let me finish.
Oh,
relax.
Kinky.
So I had a girlfriend at the time that would get mad at me because she would spend like weeks on these papers, and I would just walk in and I would sit in the atrium of my the place where I got my associate's degree and just bang that shit out. Just my secret was Dragon Naturally Speaking. Now we've got cooler stuff now, but back then that was the jam. So I started so I went to 3 colleges. The first one, I started our computer club, like from the ground up, started and ran it until I left. I have no idea if that computer club still exists. Could not tell you. Doesn't matter. Is a thing. Sure. Okay. It was very low level for me, but I had gone through it, and in high school I had dual enrolled with college courses and did the best in my class and was IT guy, certified, whatever. So I went, got my associate's degree, made some good friends with professors. Yes. In fact, I have a professor now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. I need to check in on because I haven't talked to him in a while. And then I went for my bachelor's degree, and it was going to be in programming because I thought that was, where my life was headed. And turns out it sucked, and I failed. I failed terribly. I failed miserably. Spent a year and just trashed everything and thought my life was over. And I tell you this because it even if you fuck it up, you can still recover. Trust me, I did. The love of my parents and the kindness that they showed in trying to help me sort everything out after the fact. But there's a fuckload of work in the in between from then to the point where I started picking back up. So then I fast forward a little bit, started working at the hospital, doing all the things, and then I went back to school for what I thought was just going to be a business degree, an IT degree, whatever. Well, one of the guys that ended up my mentor at the hospital, I was asking him about some of the professors because he'd gone to the school, and one of them stood out to him, and he said that was a really hard professor. He was going to, I was never going to pass his class. I was like, cool. So the first day I met that professor, I went up, shook his hand, said, my mentor sends his regards, and I'm going to kick his class's ass. And he looked at me like I had 3 heads because he had no idea who the fuck I was. It was a great time. So he invited me into the ISSA, which I joined and ended up running for a little while after some friends that I still have now left the ISSA. They were the director and the president and vice president. And I ended up the director of operations. I was going to move to president, but then I was graduating, so I ended up picking the new guys, and they're still running that. I did also start the competition team. They do the CCDC and stuff like that. That competition team, I've come to find out in the last 6 months or so, is still running a decade later, which is awesome. Love that.
Yeah, once you start one, it ain't gonna die. I had no idea. I did the red team in KSU. They made it to like the semifinals. Last I heard.
Yep, they did. No, our clubs actually merged, Sledge.
I know.
So I used to say at KSU, which
hold on. Let's let Crabstrong finish.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of work to put myself out there. The only reason that I am where I am in my career now is because I went to school, and it had nothing to do with the school. Had not shit, but it is ultimately because I went to the CCDC, the Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition, that I met some of the people that I met to get me long story short here. So college didn't do shit for me because I knew most of it going in because I fucked around. I've been reading for years. I've been doing all kinds of stuff for many years. God, if I could tell you about the hacked up bullshit that I've done just to learn how Wi-Fi networks work back in the day, the old WRT 54Gs and all the many hours I sat. There's a workshop in the back.
How giddy were you when Backtrack 5.4 got released, when it supported the alpha cards natively?
Yep. My baby's first alpha card. Yep. So was building VMs, all kinds of stuff back then, because a lot of that stuff I ended up doing for the hospital too. So like ultimately in my career, college made no difference. What I learned in college was nothing. I learned how to ask a question. That's really what college did for me. But like the value comes in the people that you meet, the doors that it opens, the people that it puts you in front of, the ISSA, I would have never known about DEF CON had I not. And DEF CON was where I met the guy. Well, no, the CCDC is where I met the guy that ended up helping me get my first InfoSec job. And then DEF CON a few years later, the one that I met you at, Sledge, actually.
That's right.
DEF CON we met at. I met Phil. And because I had just gotten passed over for a promotion for a job that I'd been doing for like 6 months. Because I got last ceiling because my management was bad, which happens a lot with me. Come to find out, I just have a slew of bad management in my career. Anyway, so
story of our lives.
I did the thing, and I started looking for another job, and so my buddy Phil ended up posting out and saying, "Hey, is anybody coming to DEF CON?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's talk." And he's long story short, I ended up with a job over it a couple months later, and I've been in InfoSec ever since. But today, like a couple weeks ago, in fact, your little friendo you met a few weeks ago, Sledge, that you gave the server to, was because of my old professor that I had hooked back up with because he was doing some kind of talk here in this area, and I went and crashed his talk. And
small fucking world, man.
Yeah, right. he came on, got into the group because Doctor asked me to kind of nudge him. So of course, that's my jam now. I want people to learn. I want to teach. I want to do all the things because I love all the things, and I want everybody else to love all the things, and be kind of ridiculous sometimes because you can. But the long and short of it for me, if I had to do college again, I sit and I wonder a lot how far I could have gotten had I not taken the time to worry about all of the schoolwork and assignments and shit that made no difference, or I didn't I understood and just wasted my time on or whatever. And where I could have gotten if I just balls deep and fucking ran in it, right? Because I learn a lot more on my own anyway. I always have. Structured learning doesn't work that well for me. I just kind of had to force my way through it. And I'm sure I could, if I could have done that, and I don't know, maybe gotten on Adderall earlier, I'd probably be well, I am a CISO, so technically I win, but hey, whatever. You know what I mean? I'd be a lot further in my career.
Technically I am too.
There we go, right? So yeah, it works out fine. It worked out fine, but I don't know if I would. I really, as I said, if you can make connections and things, or volunteer or whatever, I don't think that's worth it, because the money that was paid for school and everything else and the loans and all that shit. I've got friends so I'm fortunate that my parents put me through school, and I can never repay that. I owe a debt of gratitude to them that I genuinely could never repay, but I still have friends now, a decade later, talk about how they're still paying student loans, and I'm like, that sucks. That sucks a lot. So, I can't fathom having done that. We were told for so long that college was the way, and I remember being fed that in high school, that was the thing, right? That was going to be the thing that gave you your freedom, that got you, where you wanted to go. And now I don't even put my degrees on my resume. None of that shit matters anymore. No difference whatsoever. So I am firmly in the you don't need it camp, and especially since I've gotten further in my career, and I've talked to a lot more hiring managers and people who are in, and the old guard's dying out with time, and as the younger crowd comes in, the my age, maybe a little older in that arena, we don't give a fuck. If you have skills, if you know what you're doing, if you have the thing, let's do it. I can teach you how to do the thing. I can teach you what you need to know to do the job. But if you understand conceptually how it works, how the mechanism mechanates, I don't give a fuck if you've got a degree. It makes no difference to me. Because I know people who have gotten master's degrees that are genuinely some of the dumbest people I've ever met. The only one guy I've ever walked into a boss's office and said, "You have to fire this motherfucker." I will argue a number of times at a master's degree, and he was absolutely useless. And I'm pretty sure he finally got fired after I left. Real shame that. I wish I would have been around to see it too.
That pettiness, I appreciate.
I can be petty. Hey, man, I earned that. I earned seeing him get fired, but I missed it. I'm real sad about it to this day. But fuck that guy, honestly. But it's to round back. Overarching, college isn't for everybody. That's okay. As we move forward with more progressive ideas and ideologies in management and skill styles, those aren't going to be nearly as relevant these days. It's just a fuckload of money saying that, hey, somebody babysat me for a long time and I did some stuff on some paper that I can read from a book, and whatever. Makes no difference. Go get good. Honestly, go make friends. Go to hacking conventions. There's no barrier except for monetary. There's no barrier to entry to DEF CON or Freaknik or We'll Be There. Hey,
and if you're clever enough, you can just jump the gate.
There's no barrier to entry. You don't have to be some big super hacker or whatever to show up to these places. Go make friends and go get good, man. That's my advice. Is especially if you're in InfoSec or wanting to be in InfoSec. Some of the best people I know have come from hospitality or whatever, have no degree and are just fucking good at what they do. Just be good. Get good, as Cranky once said. Cranky Kong for those. And everybody who's ever played a Souls series game, get good, scrub. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Excellent.
So where's
TED
TED
Talk.
for real though?
Technology, education, and design.
Okay, I know that's the gaslighting Ted keeps using, but I want to see him show up to his own talks.
Who's next?
I kind of want to go next, but let's let Altkey go next.
All right, so me going to college was a weird one. I went to 2 colleges, actually. I actually have multiple degrees. First college I went to was a trade school. So I got my start with a GED because I was highly suicidal in high school. I was bullied to fuck. No one was actually listening that ADHD was real, and my parents thought I had demons. Everyone thought I was a tard. Everyone thought I couldn't do anything. I couldn't pay attention. I couldn't function. I'm just a fucking useless human being. But I dropped out, got my GED in one day because I actually did pay attention in class. Just apparently me doodling was offensive or whatever. Got my GED and started literally a week later at a little tiny little college named Georgia Northwestern Tech. It was in the middle of nowhere. It had probably about 4 programs at the time: truck driving, hairdressing, and God only knows what else. But it had a computer program, and I thought I was too dumb for computers until me and a professor got in an argument about an HDMI cable, and he's like, "Wait, you're not in my class? Why the hell are you not in my class?" Fast forward, and the rest is history. So for the first time in my life, I wasn't making Fs. I was actually making A's, and I was waiting to like the last night to do all my homework and just ADHD hyper focusing 3 monsters, downing it, working 2 jobs during the day to stay afloat. But it worked. And afterwards, I'm like, you know what? This degree's kind of fucking useless because it's a 2-year degree. I need more, actually. Now, at this point, I had been in a shithole of a hometown place that hated my guts, no support system, but I knew something had to change. My life was honestly pretty horrible, and I was facing homelessness. And you know who has dorms? Universities. And as a kid who lost parents, as a kid who's been through the system, as a kid who was disabled, I had a lot of financial aid I knew I could sign up for. So you know what I did? I fucking used it. That's right. I used my benefits. I recommend everyone else does the same. So I went to a public university called KSU. And yeah. So yeah, first of all, not the best college on the planet, but it didn't have to be.
Better than nothing.
Exactly. I didn't go to college for the classes. I already knew tech. At this point, I was already hacking. Like, I was staying afloat the only way I knew how. And 2 jobs wasn't enough to pay the bills. So, glancing over a lot of details here, I knew what I was doing before I got into classes. I was often beating the professors to the point. I had already finished a degree. I was older than everyone else on campus. So I had a very unfair advantage that I didn't realize, and that is a lot of these kids are sweet summer children, and I have already been through the ringer, and I'm also already a chronic alcoholic. Fuck it, let's ball. So I get to college, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to make B's. I'm going to make the bare minimum I can to keep my financial aid. And then I am going to party every goddamn day and night and actually have a childhood for once and actually live my life for once. And no one parties harder than InfoSec, my friends. Ain't nobody party harder than the hackers, all right? Ain't no one going to sell out a bar faster than a bunch of hackers.
We have twice in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Like Vegas? Like, we saw Vegas, all right? Like, conferences? Hell yeah, I'm a student. I'm sorry, I didn't know I had to pay in advance. I'm a student. I can't afford that. I'm just here to further my career, and I'm totally not here to just drink all your booze, I swear.
Drink all the booze and hack all the things.
Exactly. Notice that drink all the booze first, all right? Don't get that out of order. Otherwise, you'll start overthinking yourself.
Drink all the booze and hack all the things.
Yeah, he was part of one of those parties.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. So, another thing was I went for the most general degree possible. All right, everyone at InfoSec knows you don't need a fucking degree in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is often cited as not an entry-level role. So I hedged my bets by going for a general IT degree in order to not close doors on me career-wise, because I couldn't guarantee I was going to walk into a job in InfoSec. I ended up actually getting an internship that paid more than I could have ever imagined. Like it paid close to what I'm making now as a salary, simply because I already had a degree going in because I had gone to a technical college first. So no one could really compete with me. I went from being the smallest fish in the pond to actually being rather well prepared for this. I get in there, I do pretty well. Yay, first time my career has ever gone well. And for the first time, I'm actually thriving. I started an organization on campus, mainly because the hacking club was on the other campus and also ran by a professor that no one really liked.
His name is opposite of red.
Yeah, I'm colorblind, so I can't tell you what his name is, but I've heard dude's a bit of a douche. I wasn't dumb enough to take any class
sounds
with,
like that
with
guy
him,
really
so.
blew.
So
Yeah.
so if I go to KSU, definitely go to Marietta. Then got it.
Yeah, the Marietta campus is better anyways. Like, the main campus is crowded and full of art students. The off-campus has the better parties. And yeah, it's ran down to shit, but like, ignore that. It's the ugly stepchild campus, but the dorms are cheap. Anyways, so I started student org. Now, here's the thing. I started ISSA at KSU, but let me make this clear. I did not ask ISSA for permission to use that name. KSU would not give me a club unless I had some kind of outside sponsor, because they already had a cybersecurity club. So I was actually just doom scrolling.
You're welcome.
On Reddit. Yeah, thank you, Sledge. So I was doom scrolling on Reddit and I saw ISSA and I'm like, you know what? I could totally bullshit that I have permission from this club to start a club. So I did. I bullshitted. I'm like, oh yeah, no, ISSA, it's an international organization. They wanted me to be the student who starts it. Yeah, no, they fucking didn't. In fact, there's 3 professors trying to start it simultaneously, and I am about to ruin their day. Anyways, KSU doesn't even check the signature for authenticity at all, and just passes it through, and I'm like, yes. So 2 years later, real ISSA shows up. And here comes the first college rule. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
That's life, though, really, especially in InfoSec. Like,
oh yeah,
fine.
We've already got one.
They actually decided that they absolutely loved their gothic grandkids, and apparently they were all like going under because of COVID, and we kind of inadvertently saved the actual Atlanta chapter. Oops. So mission failed successfully. Successfully successed.
Yeah.
I also met other me, as in we have the same name. Why does me and her have the same name? That was awkward. I'm like, oh hi, I'm from ISSA. She's like, me too, and we need to fucking talk. That was just one of many awkward and strange and hilarious stories about running what was basically the Student Crime Association at KSU. By the way, Sledge's club had gone completely white hat and completely clean at that point, which makes it even better.
That's when I left.
Yeah, once I left, my org actually went clean and merged with Sledge's org, so now it's all one giant student org. But our clubs were actually at war for some time. Like, we were spray painting each other's cars and shit. Apparently, somebody like straight up like keyed slut in the side of a certain professor's car, and someone set something on fire on the main campus. Anyways, it's a long story, but it got wild.
I've only seen gang shit like that during CCDC competitions.
Was alcohol involved?
Yeah, alcohol was most definitely involved. But like, rolling it back in, college for me wasn't college. college for me was learning that everything is a system and every system can be hacked. Everything. There's always an exploit somewhere. And like KSU was a giant organization, very well set in its ways. It was a perfect simulation of what an enterprise environment would be. KSU, they were traditional. They were a normal university in every way. I call them generic state university because you literally cannot get more generic. Like, come on, it's a fucking owl. And that's not a bad learning environment. It taught me social engineering. It taught me what strings to pull. Like, by the end of my time at ISSA, we were having professors asking us for help because they were wanting to run for positions. Like, we had student leaders coming to us for help with their elections. We became the election fraud club. But it taught me a lot about the inner glue that holds, well, modern society together. The white and the black, the tapestry, the weave from which you see color. It was interesting, and I don't think I could have ever had a more hands-on, trial-by-fire learning experience for subversiveness than Kennesaw State. So thanks, KSU. Sorry about the fire. That one wasn't me. That was my skid.
So we're running out of time. Do you have any final words before I go on my tirade? Mine's going to be a little lengthy.
Other than fuck the police.
Gang,
No.
gang.
As much of a joke as that one was, seriously,
Hey,
when it comes to college, when it comes to life, you can't do anything without risk. So accept the risk, learn what you can and cannot live without, think about the best case scenario, and then go and do it anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'll be honest, the worst regrets I have now aren't me making a terrible life decision and fucking everything up. The worst regrets I have now are the things that could have been amazing if I would have just had the balls.
Same.
Yeah, same. But
And don't go to jail.
yeah,
Don't go to jail. That shit's expensive.
especially
Especially
if you're an adult student, for sure.
Yeah, don't go to jail.
Fine. It's all for learning. If I can fool ChatGPT or any other AI into giving me what I want in terms of like things it shouldn't by telling it I'm a student, I can fool cops that way too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
Use the student card. I mean it. Student fucking card. Abuse it. All right, passing it on.
I'm gonna have to wait super late and get a replacement ID before I graduate from Chat State, just to use that student card.
Yep.
Back in the day when you had access to MSDN and you could get free VMware licenses back in the day when you had to pay for it. That was so awesome,
That's
getting
how I-
ESXi and vSphere and everything.
Yep.
Dude,
Oh, that was legendary.
Fuck you, Broadcom.
The key gens for those still work.
Yes, this is enough. Fuck you, Broadcom.
Fuck
they
you,
don't.
Broadcom. I think that's
They
something we
don't
can
work
all
anymore.
agree on.
No,
Also,
key
no
gens
longer
work.
crime. Gang, gang. Go
but
on.
anyways, I wanted to come at this from I think it's like 5 or 6 points to make, and it's really hard to do it without, telling a story. Some of the questions I'm going to try to address is like, why do you want to go to college? What made you go? What are your motivations? What are your takeaways? What are you expecting what are you expecting to get out of it? What the experience is like, and did it actually do anything for you? So, and it also depends on the type of person you are as well. Like, are you an introvert, an extrovert? That also is a variable. So in my case, I was a very introverted homeschool kid at the time. This was 20 years ago. I lived in the middle of nowhere, no access to internet, no nothing. But I just happened to be in a band. And I met this guy at all the bands in Denver who just happened to help run DEF CON. And he was at a buddy's house, and I needed artwork for a festival, for our album art and whatever. And he hacked into the Wi-Fi to show me his website to give me some of his artwork. And I was like, what the hell was that? And he introduced me to the term network security. And at the time, that wasn't even really a thing that you could go to school for. So at the time, I was working in an underground coal mine, driving semi trucks, building houses, blue collar, hardcore shit, and then being in a band. But when I lost my brother, I decided that, because college was always on the back of my mind, like, hey, I kind of want to go to college. No real reason why. I just kind of wanted to do it. And when my brother died, that was kind of like, okay, I kind of want to stop doing all this risky shit because I don't want to leave my parents with no child now, because I was getting sick and tired of working in the underground coal mine and almost dying every day. Lots of stories of almost dying every day. So we finally get internet out to my house. I was probably 18, 19. We finally get internet. It's like 10K tops on a good day using WiMAX, because we're 10 miles east of Craig, Colorado, bumfuck nowhere. And my dad finally gets me a laptop for my birthday. And I just Googled network security. And I found 2 colleges that taught it. One was a Mormon school in Wisconsin, and one was UAT, University of Advancing Technology in Tempe, Arizona. And I applied and ended up going there. Turns out, so we end up going, we take a road trip, because my grandparents lived in Nevada or somewhere around there. They lived in Flagstaff, actually. So we made a trip. Saw my grandparents, went and saw the school, took a tour, and did all that. And then I had lunch with one of the professors. Turns out the professor knows the guy that I got the artwork from, because they were in the Goon Band back in the good old days when DEF CON first started.
The artwork.
So he recognized the tattoo that I had as an art piece, like a memorial piece. So me and him became like best friends at that point. And that's kind of where I'm going to tie this all together later, is introvert versus extrovert, because college is more, in hindsight, college helps you break out of your introvertedness, forces you to socialize, because nowadays you can just go to a conference and do all this stuff. But long story short, the benefit that I had in college was being exposed to being able to work at Black Hat, being able to work at DEF CON, being exposed to all these higher ups, rubbing shoulders neck to neck with big dogs in the industry, and getting your name out there and making a name for myself. So that was super beneficial in that regards. In terms of the education, I didn't learn shit. And this is where I was going to make a point about grades. I literally made a point to have the lowest GPA I possibly could, but still pass, because I was more focused on the hacker clubs that we started, the projects we were doing, the self-learning. And because at the end of the day, your GPA doesn't matter. Nobody's going to look at it. Nobody gives a shit about your degree anyways.
Yep.
It's just the connections you make in college is what makes it worth it. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of that, you can do the same thing by going to B-sides, DEF CON meetups, DEF CON, all these other things. You can do the same thing, make the same connections, because now we have the technology. Get on Discord, make friends, do whatever. You don't necessarily need college, because literally YouTube can teach you more than college these days, because by the time you get in college, their curriculum they're teaching is already outdated.
Yep.
Because technology is moving so fast. So I'm trying to tie this all back in together to, like, it depends on your situation, depends on your financial situation, depends on what kind of person you are. And then also what's already been previously said, find a purpose once you get in school. Like, start a club, be part of something, be active in something, be proactive in the community. Go try to give back to the community that helped get you where you're at. Because, like, in my case, I didn't even need a degree. I was at DEF CON 1 year just sitting at a bar and I didn't even have my degree. And I got offered a job at IBM. I was like, okay. I finished it later when I moved to Atlanta to work for IBM. But I had a few more notes here. Yes, and the social life part. Definitely. That is one of the big benefits of college is the social life. You will make lifelong friends that could change your life at the end of the day. Because those connections you make, hey, some of them go on to build companies or be high up in companies. They can help you get jobs. They can help you make other connections. Grow your friend circles out as much as you can. But again, on the flip side of that, you can also do that without paying for college. And a good example of what Harley was talking about, going to those vendor fairs, picking up random business cards. Moloch was talking about how he randomly went to my same college around the same time because he just picked up a business card at a vendor fair. And now he practically runs Bishop Fox. So you never know. That's always good. Go network, go talk to people, even talk to the vendors running the booth. Get to know them. Consider them recruiters, if you will. And it's always good to get to know them on a name-by-name basis, too. And then, yeah, volunteer for your local B-sides. I mean, that's how I ended up at KSU. Is I was just bored one day and volunteered for Atlanta B-sides. Next thing I know, I'm starting and running the security group at KSU, and I had no idea that Altkey was running her thing at the same time until years later.
Look, sometimes it just happens, and now there's someone else making another cybersecurity club because the one at KSU, that is mine and Sledge's, has gone way too legit. So someone else is making another KSU crime club, basically. And they contacted me the other day. I'm like, oh my god, can you stop? History stop repeating itself. God damn it.
So I'm gonna have to go to KSU and start my own.
I do not recommend that. Trust me.
If you're not at least a little bit sketch, InfoSec probably isn't for you.
Yeah.
We call it version 4.5 or something. I don't know. But the grades thing, seriously, your GPA in college doesn't mean shit to anybody.
Makes no fucking difference.
My roommate was a mathematician, and we literally, he had a degree in mathematics. And we sat there and calculated every day about how low of a grade can I get on this one test to keep my GPA at 2.9.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yuppers.
One of my favorite joke / questions to ask people is what do you call a med student that has the lowest passing grade in his class?
A doctor still.
Doctor. Yep, that's correct. Come to find out, it's a whole lot across the board these days, but neither here nor there. Doctor's the answer.
Right.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
But anyways, to wrap it up, it comes down to who you know at the end of the day and what you know. What you know does not equal your level of education. That's a huge misconception. A degree doesn't mean shit.
It's also worth noting when I got my degree, I could not get a job. I had trouble with that.
Yeah. Some people even these days they'll automatically reject your resume if that's all they see.
Yep. I went and volunteered at the hospital first for I don't know, 6 months at the time. Before I even was hired at that point. Let's see. I got to the hospital. I was doing volunteer work. Didn't get paid for it. And then I went to work for the school. And then I finally did get hired at the hospital and went from there. That's been my career. But the degree didn't matter. It's because I had all of the prior. I had already been there. I knew my who ended up being my boss and is still one of my very good friends and mentors. None of that shit matters. A decade into my career, I mean, it didn't matter when I got it, but I have it. It sure does. I think my certifications at this point mean more than that those degrees do. So like, don't be afraid to just learn something. As I said before, cheese it, man. That's
another point to make. Piggybacking off of your point is a lot of companies also really love to see volunteer work. And this is where I'm going to unabashedly brag about this. I've had the privilege to serve at DEF CON for 16 years now. And companies love that. Giving back to the community where you can.
Even this, the podcast.
Yeah.
We're trying to help people learn, and that's really the jam, right?
So speaking of, Havoc went to college too. Maybe we should be asking him.
Yes.
Oh, did you go to college? Did your mom go to college?
And we were talking all about KSU. They came by my college for also the transfer fair.
I'm surprised it doesn't say Roll Tide.
I actually... I'm actually sad that Alabama never came by, but whatever. I'm just using one of KSU's pens to really write stuff with for my notes.
I'm surprised it hasn't leaked all over the place.
I'm surprised you don't hate those pens, because I remember those pens being scratchy AF for some reason.
Right?
Hold on, before we go to Havoc, I got to tell the joke. I got a pen from what was that company's name that Snowden used to work for?
The NSA?
Russia?
Lockheed Martin?
Son of a bitch.
I've stolen your joke, goddamn pen testers.
But the company that Snowden was working for was handing out merch at DEF CON one year, and I grabbed their pin one year, and they were there the next year, and I still had the pin with me, and I walk up to the vendor booth after Snowden released all his shit, and I was like, hey guys, look, it's the only thing you've given out that hasn't leaked in a year.
Good, love that. Fantastic.
Anyways, it's Havoc's turn.
All right, so I went to college twice. The first time I ended up leaving a couple of credits shy of my associate's degree. During that first time, it was at Nassau Community College. I went right after high school. It was a really interesting time. I was really into technology even way back then. So I joined the computer club that they had, and I also got a job in the computer lab. When I was working in the computer lab, they asked me, they had this ACM club, and it didn't have much interest. Nobody really cared about the ACM club. Everybody cared about the computer club. They asked me if I would mind running the ACM club meetings, and eventually I became the president of the ACM club, and we got the opportunity to build a web page for our club and put it on the school server. So they gave me FTP creds to upload the damn thing.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I upload So I upload the web page that I built, little HTML nonsense page. But now I don't know where the home directory corresponds to on the web page of ncc.edu. So I go to ncc.edu and I type ACM, nothing comes up. And then I type my last name just to see if maybe it would be under my home directory. When I type my last name, up comes a text file with my last name and my social security number, as well as everybody else in the school's first name, last name, social security number, major, as all this other very information that should not be there. So I go and do some responsible disclosure before I even knew that was a thing. And I kick it up the chain, and I pissed off somebody who worked for the school was the one that figured this out, and they had it out for me after that. And eventually, after they closed the write access, so you can know they fixed that issue so that it was no longer web facing, but I was logged in with an FTP manager like Qt FTP, and I decided to try and go up a few directories and see if I could navigate to that same folder where it was with the FTP creds that I had, and I was able to get back to the text file from that, and then I had to report that again, and then they were really unhappy. And then they're like, well, this time you were just looking for it. So they made up some bullshit. They got me fired from the computer lab. And my dad was very upset about that. And he went in and had words with them. And after his outburst, and he really embarrassed the crap out of me. He was being a good dad, but I couldn't go back there. I just kind of dropped out. I was like a semester away from graduation. And fast forward many years later, I was getting ready to get married and to my first wife, and I realized I needed more earning potential. A lot of the jobs, like if you don't have a college degree, you don't make as much money. It's not that you can't do the job, but if you have the degree, you make more. So I decided I'd go back and get my bachelor's in computer science. So I went to Farmingdale, and Farmingdale has a good computer science program. And I didn't get in any trouble for this, but I went and I figured out that they had a remote access program that was running on every computer within the school called Net Support. And you could go to the people who made this program's website and download a tech support demo of it. But if you unpacked it, they had a portable version that required no license key. And if you ran it on the school network, it would connect all the computers in that subnet, and you could see all these computers near you. And essentially, if you open up this program in a classroom, all the computers in that classroom are now under your control. You can upload or download files to any of them. You can see the screens in real time of what's on there. So I went and I responsibly disclosed that against my better judgment, and they were much better about it. They put a password on it to fix it, And,
good.
And in between doing things I'm not supposed to do like that, I learned about computer programming and other stuff that I never use in my day-to-day work. But it was an overall good experience to get that college degree. I made some good friends and connections there that I still talk to this day. And I don't regret going back. I do regret the bills because they're quite hefty.
Yeah.
But it was a good experience for me. And I don't have any profound insights like Sledge does about like takeaways there. I went to college too, so
I have to address Jessica's comment.
Mm-hmm.
And with trying not to get emotional, because I was that introvert. I was that scared guy. I had no way of, I couldn't walk up to a person and strike up a conversation. But I could be on a stage and play drums all day long. Don't care. But striking up conversation was difficult for me because I was homeschooled for 4 or 5 years, because military family, we were rolling around all over the country. But she says, if you're an introvert, try to adopt an extrovert as your safe person and just follow them around. Absolutely.
Yeah. And thank you very much for adopting me, Sledge. I wouldn't be on the cast if it wasn't for you. Thank you for adopting me. Shout out to the extroverts that adopt the introverts.
I adopted you too.
If you're ever at a conference, come holler, dude. We're good, man. We'll cheese it. It'll be fine.
There was this guy, if anybody knows who Brad Smith is, aka the nurse. We lost him. I don't even remember what year it was. I was still in college when he died of cancer. But he was the first guy that took me under his wing, and he took myself and a handful of friends, and he knew everybody. He's been around since DEF CON Day Zero. Just, saying hi to speakers, big dogs, and he was basically trying to prove the point that all you got to do is go up to somebody, not feel intimidated, and be like, hey, nice tie, or what kind of dog do you have? Or just say something stupid and random and start a conversation and just have the confidence to do so. And then next thing I know, I'm talking to the guy that wrote the SQL Injection Hacker's Handbook, and he's telling about how he got his finger bit off by a shark. And I'm like, okay.
They're
How
friendly
drunk
to kill
was
it.
he?
Oh, we were all pretty lit.
Okay, making sure. And that's the other secret, is just get lit. You can talk to anyone as long as everybody's lit.
Oh, one year we had to crawl back to our hotel rooms. We got lost on the floor.
Yeah, how high are you? 3rd floor. Everyone here knows that story.
At the Riviera.
Mhm.
And
that
the
was
train.
Rio.
And
The
the
train.
That was in the Rio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
But anyways, that's my little insight for that portion.
Yeah. Well then, in that case, and I just hit the outro.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, man. Are you donezo? Are you that?
Wow, you really want us gone that bad?
Damn.
Damn.
Well, if we want to call it, let's do a proper outro and run the video. But let's do a proper outro first.
Yes, please.
What's
And
what's
a post-credit
Anybody have
scene.
Anybody have any final words?
Get lit, y'all.
Litty titty fam.
I will say it's been a pleasure. Hack the planet.
Thanks for
And
coming. It was good having you.
absolutely,
It was great having you.
absolutely. Feel free to invite me back anytime.
Don't get caught.
Yeah,
Don't
no
get caught.
logs, no crime.
get-
JK.
Nope.
Stay out of trouble.
Don't do anything that would get the attention of the damn glowies.
Not the damn glowies.
The damn
Don't do
glowy.
anything that me and Havoc would do.
Oh.
Actually, just don't do anything anyone on this cast would do.
Yeah,
all
that's
right?
about right.
Yeah, we're not the best influences at all.
Me and the sheriff are buddies.
We're fine.
Like, we literally couldn't be worse, honestly.
I don't know. We could.
Honestly,
If
after
you
all
told
the
them about it,
all the-
if you admit it
all the
on
shit I
camera.
was doing on campus, especially this week, yeah, definitely not the best influence for all those younger freshmen.
Stop corrupting the skids.
Grass tastes bad.
I will not stop corrupting the damn skids.
Yeah, we're not
Don't
going to
eat
talk
grass,
about the
eat
said
ass.
incidents either.
Don't do drugs, okay?
Don't do drugs, but if you do drugs, okay, just be sure what you mix it with is not weird. Also,
Yeah, at
don't
least-
eat grass when you can eat ass.
Don't,
Hey, if you're going to smoke grass, make sure it's integrity.
don't eat
All right,
yourself.
all right.
Just fucking goon yourself.
Always be gooning.
That's right.
Well, folks, it's been another episode of Counter Surveil, where we own the surveillance game and keep your privacy from getting owned. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to both Iron Geek and the Counter Surveil Archive YouTube channels and leave us a comment. We don't take sponsorship money and we cannot be bought. It's like sending us a care package, but without the risk of it being interdicted by the feds and backdoored. Don't get caught in the honeypot. Stay safe out there. Keep your scripts tight, never hack from your house. And always assume your comms are compromised and you're in an assumed breach environment. After all, in the world of surveillance, you're either a ghost in the machine or a target in the crosshairs. And remember, if you're not paranoid, you're not paying attention. Join us next time on Counter Surveil, where we'll be exploring more ways to stay one step ahead of the surveillance state. Or at least, we'll try. No promises, though. We're just a bunch of hackers trying to outsmart the bad guys. Wish us luck, and may the signal be strong. Because when it comes to surveillance, the only thing more powerful than a strong password is a strong alibi. Thanks again, and stay vigilant. Or, just use a VPN and hope for the best. Keep it encrypted, keep it secure, and keep on hacking. Responsibly, of course. And always remember, if you can't find the back door, you're probably the one being backdoored. Until next time, stay off the grid, keep your head down and your firewall up. And if all else fails, just pretend you're a bot. No one surveils bots, right? Just don't get caught.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Fuck out of here.
All right, we are